Hey, hope you guys are doing well. Edgar, some solo marketer here, and in this video I want to quickly show you how to create a navigation bar or a header, whatever you want to call it. That's basically the top part of your website or your funnel pages, right? Where you can put in, like in this example, you can put in like your about page, services, contact us, resources, all kinds of things, right? So I'm just going to kind of show you there's two types. We're going to go through both, and we'll also check the mobile version because that's also vital, and a lot of times that gets overlooked. So let's go to the first. Let's do for funnel pages. So there's two types. You can create a header or a navigation bar for funnels, for funnel pages, and you can create one for the website, which is a slightly different build. The funnel one is less likely, in my opinion. Usually funnels don't have them. Funnels have footers most of the time, but the headers, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But still, I want to show you how to create like a global one that you can use in 50 different pages. And then let's say, it's in every single page. And then let's say you make a change on one of them, it reflects on all the other 49 pages as well, which is very useful. You don't have to make those edits 49, 50 times every time there's something that needs to be changed, right? So let's go into just a random funnel. You can just open a page and just create it as well. It doesn't matter, but let's just minimize my face. Let's just go to like a random page. And yeah, just to create it completely from scratch, first thing we want to do is we want to drag in a section from the left side. And then I guess the row, we can do one row, we can do multiple. There's different ways to do it. I'm just going to show you the types of elements you can put in. So let's do two columns. Let's do something like, let's say we want to do an icon of our own, like brand, website, whatever. We're going to do it on the left side like this, right? And then on the right side, it's going to be all the menu elements that we can link to. So left side is pretty simple. If you scroll down, the image element on the left side, drag it in, click on it, and then image file. Let's click on that. You can upload it from your computer, or you can check your images. Let's just select one. This is already on system.io. I would make it smaller. In this case, I'm going to make it like, I don't know, 50 maybe. Yeah, 50 is good. This is basically the amount of pixels you're taking up. Because if it's bigger, yeah, it takes up, make sure it doesn't take up too much space. It's just, it's kind of it becomes redundant because this hero section above the fold, it's really vital. And you don't want the navigation bar to take up like half the page. So yeah, let's make it a 50. And then on this side, the other column, there's two columns, right? The image and the menu elements. That where we are gonna find the menu element. Where is it? There we go. Menu, this element. And if you click on it, you can add the elements that you want to show. Home, I usually don't do home. I do like something like, I don't know, we can do contact us. You can choose to open it in a new tab, but if it's like within the website itself, I usually don't check this box. If it's like a sales page you want to take them to, or an affiliate product or whatever, if you want to have it like in a separate page, so opened as a separate page, then maybe, but usually it's not the case. For the second one, we can do like in the example, resources, for example, right? About us, something like that. So you can just kind of line these things up. And usually the thing that you want people to see, kind of gravitate towards, that's kind of the rightmost. Usually you can see like websites for like bigger companies, the rightmost ones, there's like one or two elements, usually like a sign in or join or that sort of a thing. That's like the main one. So in this case, it would be something like, I don't know, we can add in another element. The fourth one would be like join our club or whatever, right? Join our whatever your main thing is that you want to guide people to. Another thing we can do is if we click on it, obviously there's like customization options, colors and whatnot. Another important one is we can align it, right? Like on the example, it's centered. But over here, it was like more like aligned to the left side. You can do a right side if you're not doing a button. You can also do a button, but this is going to look weird on mobile possibly. So yeah, before that, also, like I said before, it takes up too much space. So let's just click on this, not the element, but the section itself, the green outline. Let's click on that. And let's make it narrower. All the padding, let's just make it 0. So this looks slightly better. It's not perfect, but it looks better. So you can see kind of the image and the menu elements are kind of not aligned. So you have to check the columns. There's the option that says, or not says, but it gives you the option to center it vertically. We're going to do that here as well. So now it looks better. Obviously, I think you can change font size as well. Spacing between the elements, that's kind of a big one. space it out a little bit. This is, in my opinion, looks better. Just they're not squished together. The colors, active, whatever. Just kind of like, let's do a bunch of things. Let's just kind of, you can play around with the colors and the background color as well. If you click on the section itself, the one that we just made narrower, you can change the background color. Let's make it black like in the example that I showed. So looks something like this, and then let's save it. Yeah, let's just add the element just so I can actually save the page. There we go. It was a sales page. It just didn't have a checkout element. That's why it gave me the notification. So this is like a starter. I mean, we're close, but let's just see what it looks like in the preview. So let's take this away. So, not the best, not the worst. This is like the text color was white. And then, once your mouse is hovering over one of the options, it lights up. So, it's, in my opinion, this is good enough. Maybe you can make the font smaller. This is pretty big, but this is pretty good. A couple more hacks. So for the section, if you want the section to always be sticky at the top, if you would like scroll down, the end user scrolls down through the page, but the navigation bar always stays visible. So for that, you need to select the section itself. And if we scroll down, do you want this to always be visible? Parentheses, sticky. You can make it top or bottom. Bottom usually would be something like for promotions. That's usually more of a bottom thing, but this would be more of a top. That's a navigation bar. So yeah, let's keep it at the top. Indent, not really that important, but you can do delay, but that's not that important as well. So let's save and let's check it out now. Let's see how that works. You see, now it sticks. So it's kind of cool. You can go through the page, but for funnel pages, if you want to do it, no problem. But usually funnel, like sales pages, like landing pages for a freebie, all that stuff, you try to avoid having navigation bars because those are a distraction from the only thing you're selling on that page, whether it's free or paid or whatever. It's a sign up for a webinar. Usually try to avoid these sorts of navigation bars, but I just wanted to kind of show you that, what the possibilities are. A couple more things before we go to the next thing. The thing I just forgot to show you, kind of an important one. If you click on the menu element, you actually have to insert the links, right? So contact us, you're going to put in your contact us page or the kind of like your email, right? Like when you put in mail to : and your email, and if they click on it, especially on the phone, it takes them straight to Gmail or whatever they're using. Resources, link to resources, not contacts, obviously. About us, link to your about us page. Join out club, join our club, I meant to say. Let's, there we go. That's going to be a link to your membership sign up or a club, whatever, it is. So that's the second last thing, or a third last thing. The second last thing we need to do is we need to check mobile. So in mobile, it looks close enough. The only thing I would change is maybe technically you can hide the icon for mobile and you can make this centered, the menu element, right? They tap on it and then it opens it up. I would center it just for it to be more symmetrical, but that's kind of a taste thing. But you always want to double check on mobile. Align menu items, I'm not sure why doesn't it show up, but it should be in the middle. I'm not sure, something with the preview. And also the image, if you click on the image element, if you scroll down, you can make the item visible only on desktop, for example, right? Mobile, not visible, desktop visible. So if we uncheck this and then we check desktop, it's here, but it's not on mobile. So you can do that as well. And also for the sticky part, also, I think that applies to both. Yeah, it's also sticky here. It's always going to stick to the top, so maybe you want to take the icon out just so it doesn't take up too much of your screen. So that's the short version for this one. Last thing you want to do now, we've gotten to one of the more important parts. For the section itself, you need the green outline, and here's a save icon. You want to save this thing and call it something like, I don't know, default navigation bar, just like we did for the footer in a previous video. So what's important about this one is instead of saving it just as a default template, just a basic one that you can use wherever, you want to check this box, and that just means that it's a master block. I sometimes call it a global element, but it's called a master block on system.io, which means, like I said before, you're going to drag this element in every page where you need it to be. And if you make a change on this element in any of the pages, it will reflect on all the other pages as well. Whether it's on 2 other pages, 50 other pages, any small changes to this master block will reflect on all the other ones. So we can create it, and then let's just quickly, I'm going to show you an example. It's being used here. Let's go back. Let's say we want to put it on like, I don't know, on a thank you page as well, right? So currently it doesn't have it, but if we go to blocks on the left side, my master blocks, you can see the footer here as well, which I'm going to link to that video in the end. You can check it out, how to create a footer in system.io. But this one is the navigation bar. We drag it in. So now we have it in 2 pages. If we want to make any changes, let's say we click on this, instead of contact us, we can do something like contact. For example, we just want to change it up. We decided. So on this page, we made the change. And if we go back to the first page, then what you'll be able to see is that here also, instead of contact us, it's going to say contact. So that's the whole purpose of a master block. It applies to every page where it's being used. Hey, a few more things I actually realized like 20 minutes after recording this video. There's a couple more vital things that I need to show you that are directly related to the menu element. So let me quickly show you those. If we click on the menu element, you can also create submenus. So in this case, I guess a good example would be resources. So under resources, let's say they hover over, and there's going to be like a couple more like freebies, product 1, product 2. So you can have, instead of just the regular elements, menu items, you can have sub items. So let's just say, for example, it will have something like freebies, and then add submenu item. It can have, I don't know, product 1, just as an example, right? And let's go preview once it's saved, just like this, right? And then obviously you can link these elements just like you can link all the main menu items. So that this was kind of a vital one that for whatever reason I forgot to show. Also another one, you can see these arrows over here. You can move these things around. So let's say these sub menu items, you can, if you click on this little arrow, this will move this sub menu item lower. So you can just kind of move those things around as well. Same goes for menu items. Maybe the contact page, you want this to be second instead of first. So about us, we can move it up, right? And then we switch these. But yeah, that's the navigation bar for funnel pages. Another arguably more important one actually is if you go to blogs, kind of like where you create the website. If you do have a website, you go in and under blog layout, you can edit the navigation bar and the footer for your website. So any of the website pages, whatever the content is for the home page, about us page, contact us page, the middle part, the blog content, whether it's articles, that's the part that changes. The top and bottom part, that always will stay the same no matter which website page they land on. And this is kind of, most of the work is done already, but here the only big difference is you don't need to save it as a master block. Here it's already kind of set as that. You don't have to worry about it essentially. But again, here's the menu element. Here's the image. There's the third column. Technically, like in the example, you can add a button. But just keep in mind that on mobile, it's going to take up extra space. So in case you want to add the button, or just avoid the button and have the menu elements. But yeah, the button element is here, over here, under form elements. You drag it in, click on it. Obviously, we need to edit it. Yeah, take out probably the subtext. So subtext, let's take it out. Obviously, we can align things vertically. Let's center everything, make it smaller. Just kind of make the adjustments to the button, adjust this, adjust that, play around with it, make sure it's as narrow as possible if you want to add that button. I have it in my example, but in this case, it actually looks kind of good. But here it's 3 columns, so you can change that up to 2 columns if you want. If there's no button, there's no point of doing 3 columns. So we can drag in the 2 columns, the image, and the menu element, and delete this, right? So something like that. And here it's the same, the menu element. You have all these same things that we talked about on that master block. For the funnel pages, that's a little bit of a different thing. This is for the blog/website. Even if you don't have a blog, but you have like a home page and a couple other pages, this will be vital. Then yeah, make all the saves, check it out on mobile, what it looks like. It looks pretty good on mobile, in my opinion. Obviously, there's some missing links and whatnot, but it works the same. And this is kind of what it looks like. Obviously, the color is not the best, but it's good enough for the example's sake. Last thing for the website header and footer is if you go to pages, for blog posts, it doesn't matter. It's always going to show up. But for pages, the pages you want to display this sort of like this navigation bar in the footer, make sure these pages have these check marks where it says use blog layout. That's the blog layout. That's what it's called. And what that means is it's going to use it, just that, what it says, right? But let's say you have some pages, let's say you have a privacy policy page. For whatever reason, you don't need the navigation bar and the footer on some pages, like I don't know, just for whatever reason. So what you want to do then is you want to, next to that page, hover over the three dots, don't use blog layout. So then this page will not have the header and footer. It will just be the page itself. But for the website pages, usually you use it on every page, and on the funnel pages you always use a footer, but the navigation bar, most of the time I wouldn't use it because the page has one specific goal and the navigation bar is just a big distraction. So I would try to avoid it, but I still wanted to show you kind of what the meaning is of master blocks and how important they are, and make sure to use them always if you have the same element on like 50 different pages. But yeah, that is it for this one. If you have any questions, make sure to let me know in the comments. I love answering your questions. If you want to learn how to create a footer as well, there's going to be a thumbnail popping up in any second now. But yeah, that is it for this one, as I said before, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye.